Welcome back to the Trade-Off Podcast. My name is Ryan.
I'm Alex.
And today, we're going to start with a story. A story to open your mind about life. Some people may think this story is going to be looked at in a religious light. However, I don't want you to look at this story in a religious light. I want you to look at this story in a limiting belief light. Think about how this story resonates with you and your life and where you are at the moment. Okay, so story time with Ryan. Here we go. There are two babies in the mother's womb, baby one and baby two. Baby one says to baby two, "Do you think there is life after delivery?" And baby two says, "Of course not. Of course there's no life after delivery. There's nothingness out there. This is our life in here. This is life." But baby one says, "But surely there can't be. We must be able to have some sort of life after delivery. This can't just be it. Imagine if we could use our legs to run and move around. Imagine if we actually ate food with our mouths." Baby two says to baby one, "Don't be stupid. There's nothing out there. We know that we get our nutrients from the umbilical cord. We'd never use our mouths to eat and our legs to run because we sit on our legs. This is all it is. This is life in here." He goes, "But I just can't believe that there is nothing out there," says baby one. Baby two looks up and says, "Well, if there is life after delivery, how come no one's ever come back here before? Why has no one come back here to see us? No one's ever come back to this place. Okay, then what about the person that we know as mother? Have you ever seen mother?" Says baby two to baby one. "Well, no, I haven't." "Then how do you know this mother is real? How do you know this mother is true?" Baby one says, "Yeah, I suppose you're right." End of conversation. How do you think that resonates with you and your own limiting beliefs? Do you get the moral of the story here?
Baby one started out so positive. He had dreams.
Dreams and ambitions. He was looking further ahead in his mind. Manifesting, but there could be something out there. Believing in himself. Baby two.
Neggy motherfucker.
Bit negative. No, definitely not. Staying in the same place all the time. Not believing of anything bigger in his life. This happens a lot, right? In everyday life. It could be you. You could be baby one or baby two. I don't know. But if you can't think out of your current surroundings, you can't cast your mind forward and think, "No, I want better than this." Because where you are, you don't have to stay. You know that, don't you? Where you are, you don't have to stay. There's more out there for you if you're willing to go and get it, if you're willing to believe that there's more out there for you in this world. And there truly there is. But first, you have to believe it, and then you have to go for it, and you have to be motivated and disciplined enough to be able to work on it every single day. And then you have the baby twos in the world that are happy just to stay exactly where they are for 30, 40 years. Complain, moan, work for the exact same person. Most people moan about their job every day, but they don't do nothing about it. They get that one holiday a year, maybe a half decent car. Then their claim to fame when they're 60 years old is, "Well, I owned my house outright. I paid my mortgage off."
Paid my mortgage off. Yeah, well done, mate. But the interest meant that your 500 grand house was actually 900 grand instead.
Yeah. No, it's literally double. You literally pay double, most probably more now.
Yeah.
Over the top of what the house is worth, right? So well done. You paid £1 million for a £500,000 house, which when you get older, most people need to sell that house to pay for their care because they're in a care home now. And then once, unfortunately, they pass away, whatever money's left over will go to the children, and the children then have to pay inheritance tax.
40%.
This is what you got to look at. You got to think about where you are now. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing every single day, and you don't start thinking outside of your current surroundings and start transition to, "No, I need to do more than this, because if I keep doing this now every day for the rest of my life, I'm just going to be one of those people." Well done. I paid off my mortgage on my house, but you're not going to see any of that. Well done. You live in your house. You haven't got to pay mortgage anymore at the age of 60 odd. Well done. Congratulations. You've made the bank rich, and most of that money is mostly not even going to stay into your family. It's going to get eaten up by taxes and care treatment for you when you go into a home, if that's the route that ends up going down. This is a serious outcome for a very high percentage of people, especially in the UK. I can't speak for around the world because I don't live around the world. I live in the UK. But in the UK, I see this happening all the time. It's actually happened to people that are very close to me.
Yeah, and you see it when people have like a really positive outlook on life, and then they'd be like wanting to work on things outside of work and stuff like that, and they'd be really positive about it, really inspired, really motivated. After a little while of being at a new job, if they start to hang around the people that are a little bit negative, always moaning about management, always moaning about the job they've got to do, moaning about their wives, moaning about everything else, you notice that these people start to find problems with everything too, all right? And so many people do that because being comfortable, being in a comfortable situation is, you know, it's nice, like a warm, cozy duvet you don't want to get out of. But there's good things outside your comfort zone, all right? And you have to decide, when are you going to stop doing what's comfortable and start doing what you're capable of? Because if you're capable of great things, which everyone is, at some point you've got to go for it. Otherwise that clock's going to tick down and you're going to be one of those people that's, you know, paid off their mortgage at 65 years old, they're ready to retire. Well, what kind of life you got at 65 really? You're not going to have, you're not doing too much, you know what I mean? And you get to go on your dream holiday, okay? Also, another reason. Why is everyone's fucking dream holiday Disneyland, Florida? Everyone.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I couldn't even tell you what my dream holiday would be, even if you asked me.
Machu Picchu.
Just somewhere nice.
I'll go up a mountain, far away from everyone fucking bothering me.
Where it's sunny. I don't know. I don't really think about holidays too much, to be honest.
I fucking love
I
holidays.
think about fucking my life business and creating something great and where I'm going to be in the future. I'm plotting and planning and scheming. I'm not thinking about taking days off on holiday.
That's the thing where, like, everyone's version of success is different, isn't it?
It literally is.
And,
yeah.
like, your version of success, you don't have to mould that to match whoever you're with, especially if they're a negative person, because that negative person, if you're surrounding yourself with those negative beliefs and that negative mindset, what their kind of ideal situation might be far below what you expect of yourself. But you start to lower that. But also, just because you've got an ideal thing of what's important to you, what is your view of success and happiness, right, is different to someone else's, doesn't mean that's wrong. As long as they're a positive person. Like Ryan, like you said, you don't really care too much about holidays, yeah? You're not really like a holiday person. He's too much of a workaholic. You can't go anywhere that there isn't like Wi-Fi constantly.
No, I just like building and creating and knowing that I'm going to do my absolute best job to give my kids a good life and leave them something.
But you like cars.
Yeah, like cars.
Ryan likes nice fancy cars. I'm not really that much of a car person. I love fucking holidays. So I try and go on 3 or 4 holidays a year, whereas Ryan goes on 1 or 2, but I don't care about what car I drive. Yeah. Everything's different for everyone, right? But we're both successful.
Very true.
We're both successful at what we deem to be success, right? I think one of the most important things is time success, right?
Yeah.
Because what we've done has allowed us to be free and do things. We were just talking earlier about doing things with our kids and that, and like sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, you let that little bit of negativity slip in. This morning sat at the table for coffee and I went, fucking hell, do I really want to pick the kids up from school and then do 2.5 hours of kickboxing after school and get back at 8 o'clock and then do bedtime? And I think, well, actually I do, because I'd much rather be doing that than being a postman who doesn't get home till 6 o'clock, has been walking around all day. So like a little bit of negativity is always going to slip in. No one's 100% grateful all of the time, right? No, but don't surround yourself with people that are fucking miserable all the time.
Yeah, you got to flip the switch. Like Alix said, he's able to go and take his kids to school. He has the opportunity to go and pick them up because he's created that time freedom rather than see it as, oh, I've got to go and do this now.
Exactly.
There's so many people that can't. They can't do it. They're at work all day and their kids would love for their mum or dad, depending on which one doesn't pick them up most of the time, to go and be able to pick them up from school. And it's just the little things like that, the little wins in life that you can get once you get that time freedom. But you can only get that if you really start believing in yourself and thinking further ahead. You don't have to stay at the job that you're at.
Exactly.
A lot of people get caught in this bubble where it's like,
they're too scared to leave.
My boss this, my boss that. Oh no, if I don't do this right, I might get this happen to me. I might get a written warning or something. Who gives a fuck? Like, become your own boss. Become your own person. Pay yourself rather than survive with someone else paying you, because that is the power they have over you. They're the one paying you. They're the one putting the food on your table. They are the ones that are controlling your life because they've got that money influence over you. If they don't pay you this month, are you going to be fucked? If you are, you need to make sure you've got other income streams.
Exactly.
Make yourself anti-fragile.
If you don't like where you are, then move. You're not a fucking tree. You're not stuck.
You're not a tree.
Just move, all right? It's very, very simple. But there are some like red flags that you will see with people around you, because people are toxic. Like fruit, if you put a bit of rotten fruit next to another piece, the rest of it will get rotten, right? It's infectious. So you'll always find people at jobs or people in your life that they've got a problem for every solution, right? If they're moaning to you, I'm a positive person, so I try and give people solutions rather than go, oh mate, I can see that.
Be a problem solver.
I can see that's a really shit situation for you to be in. Oh well, you have to get on with it, right? Someone comes to me with a problem, I think about it and go, right, there's a couple of potential solutions for this. Let's talk about it, right? If you list off some solutions for someone, and every single one of those solutions they've got a problem for or a reason why they can't do that, they don't want to help themselves.
Yeah, get the fuck away from
Get
them.
the fuck away from me right now.
Get away from that type of person, because
They've always got
that is the rotten apple.
They've always got a list of things, haven't they? That miserable fucker at the job, the old cunt that's been there 20 years. They've got a problem with every member that works there.
Yeah.
Right. They don't get paid enough for the job they do. They feel that they're entitled to more money. They hate their wife. Like they're always moaning about something.
Yeah. Yet they've never said anything to the boss, and they're never going to leave.
That's it.
So people like that, if they can't help themselves, how can you expect to help them? You can't.
Exactly.
You first have to be able to help yourself. So you need to look at the bigger picture.
I think that's because they're scared though, because they're like baby too. Rather than think of, is there something outside of this that I don't know about? Right. People that are successful, they accept that there's stuff they don't know, and they want to expand their experiences and their knowledge base. So therefore they accept that they have to move into a place where they don't know everything. They've got to learn new things, right? That's quite a scary thing, right?
Yeah.
So these people that come across as confident and cocky, and they're slagging off the boss, and they're acting like the class clown and all that stuff, right? They're actually fucking shitting themselves because they're worried that if they lose their job, they're not going to pay their bills next month, or they're scared of what it would be like to be the new person at a new job. So they give it all the big one, but they're actually terrified.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to make that leap, but they're acting like they're all confident, but they're not. They're terrified, and that's why they've never made the change, because their arseholes go like that, and they're too scared to actually go, do you know what, shove this job up your fucking ass, I want to go do something else.
A lot of people that watch this podcast, you watch this podcast, one, because obviously you're into trading, and you want to know what we do as traders. We've shown that on previous podcasts, but also, I believe that you guys watch this because you want something better out of life. You want to do more in your life. You want to, whether it's make more money, have more time. You want to do more than what you're currently doing. You want more out of life than what you're currently getting. The only way to get that is by taking action. It's not going to happen on its own. So then you need a plan, right? You need to think, what is my next best step? There's always a best move that you can make. Now, the best move for you right now is not sacking your boss of saying, right, I'm quitting my job because now you've got no income. You've got to do things with intent and with a very smart system in place so that it's always the best move for you. You're not going to do yourself over by just leaving your job. Now you haven't got no income. Now you're stressed and you're trying to make a business which isn't got any clients at the moment. Now you're wishing you stayed in your job, but your boss ain't having you back because you left on bad terms. You can set yourself up for failure, but you can also set yourself up for success. Yeah. And the way to set yourself up for success is to be very patient and very deliberate about each move that you make. Don't rush into anything with haste because you're being too impatient. I just want to leave now. I want to be a trader now, or I want to start my own business now. Yeah. That's fine. Let those emotions fade before you make any hasty decisions, because it's those decisions that are going to get you in trouble and are not going to help you make the correct decision, which is going to be your best move.
Same thing as trading. If you're making decisions with trading, or you're making decisions about your life, you're going to have an emotional response. That's normal. Your initial response is going to be an internal feeling. Yeah. You've got to let that subside. And then you've got to remember to follow the plan, right? Especially when you're building, if you're trying to build your own business. Let's say you want a couple of steps, how you can move away from where you are and get to where you want to be, right? First things first is you've got to cut negative people out, right? Yeah. Those people that are allowing you, because a good friend will not allow you to be average.
Yeah, you want people that are going to back you.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you want someone saying, oh, I don't know about that, mate. I know someone else that tried that and that didn't really work out. Oh, that's a bit of a saturated market, isn't it, mate? Yeah. No, you want people that are going to back you.
Number two, know what it is you actually want, right? It's no good wanting to be your own boss, but having no idea what you want to do. What niche do you want to do? What skills do you have? What do you enjoy doing? And number three, dedicate the right amount of time to it. Don't expect that you're going to dedicate 20 minutes a day and you're going to build a business, right? If you spend 3 hours a day making content, reaching out to people, speaking to people about what you're passionate about, there's absolutely no way that you're not going to build a client base. If you spend 3 hours a day, an hour and a half in the morning or an hour before work, say, and 2 hours in the evening, that's 3 hours a day. There's absolutely no way that you're not going to bring in a couple of clients. Even if it takes you a month to bring in a couple of clients.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You're right. It's actually impossible. And also, show people how good you are at what it is you want to do.
Yeah, because
offer them some free value.
That's it. Because, and this is one of those things, right? If you're good at something, people will see that when you do it for them. So let's say you get 3 clients, right? You get 3 clients to come in and you offer them a good discount because you don't really have any clients. You're trying to get a client base. You say, right, I'm going to give you 50% off this service, right? Do the best job you can. Don't give them a 50% service. Give them 150% service. And then when they're happy, when they've finished, when it's finished and you've given them the product and you've shown them you know what you're talking about, turn around to them and say, I can see you really enjoyed this product, or how have you found this product? Like, you seem happy with
service,
it.
Yeah.
You know, do you know anyone else that you think might benefit from this? If you've done a good job, there's absolutely no way that they're not going to go, actually, do you know what? Yeah, so-and-so was talking about jet washing their driveway. I'll give you his number. You're going to build. The quickest way to build it is through trust. If you've got...
Trust, word of mouth.
You only need a couple of clients that you do a good job for, and it will grow. That's it. It's not actually that difficult when you think about it. You let people do the work for you, like a free affiliate scheme. Grow your business.
Yeah, don't be one of those people that try and do the absolute bare minimum and try and cut corners because people see through that straight away. You have to, with everything you do in life, do over 100%, over deliver. I'm going to do more than what they expected, and I'm going to deliver it quicker than what they expected.
Under promise, over deliver, always.
Simple as that. Oh, you said 5 days. You finished it in 4. Yep, finished it in 4 days for you. It's all done. And also, I've done X, Y, and Z extra for you. I thought that'd be a nice little touch. Oh, blimey, that's fantastic. Straight away, you've mostly got a client for life, and they're going to recommend their friends. Whatever it is that you're doing, you need to do more than what other people are doing, and you've got to do it with just good effort. Just good effort. Just do something good. Be great at something.
That's it.
Imagine that feeling when you're actually great at something. You're a master at doing something. It's a good feeling.
There's so many things that you can do as well. I watched the video, and it talked about everyone has talent, and some people are more talented than others. So whatever profession you go into, the sad reality is that there's probably someone out there that is better than you at what you want to do.
Yeah,
all right.
Definitely
They're naturally more talented. You know, whatever it may be. But there's things that take no talent. And if you do the things that take no talent the best, then it's impossible to get better. It's impossible, you know. You don't have to be the best content creator, or, you know, at getting up on time, or, you know, making sure that you respond to messages as quickly as possible. All those things take zero talent, right? Just do those things that require zero talent the best you can. And you're going to outperform 90% of people out there, because even people that have got talent, they rely on the fact that they've got a bit of talent. Therefore, they don't have to put in the work. So you get people that work really hard that've got no talent, and they don't work smart. Or you get people that've got loads of talent that don't work smart and don't work hard because they've got talent. Now, neither of those things are going to carry you. But if you do everything you can to the best of your ability, you're going to shine.
Yeah, talent don't work when talent don't work hard. It's simple as that. I say this to my son about football. I was like, your skill level's up here, your talent is really high. Your effort level's about here. So imagine how you're going to be when your effort level's here,
exactly,
in line with your skill and talent level. You'll be phenomenal. And that's something that he's working on. Because if you've got talent and you're also working hard, you'll just be unstoppable.
So I say to both my kids, I say, work as hard as you can, always. Give 100%.
100%.
Always do your best. So even on a day when you turn up and you're only running at 80%, if given 80% is the best you can do, then that's what matters.
Yeah.
Right? If you're unwell, you're tired, turning up and giving 80% is better than not turning up at all. And never quit, no matter what.
Yeah,
never quit. Because once you quit, that becomes a habit. Once you quit once, you're going to start thinking it's okay to quit all the time. And that's not okay. Not at all.
I'd say that's like the 2 golden rules. Never give up, 1. And 2, actually, I'll say 3 golden rules. 1, never give up. 2, don't expect to complete things in a time frame that you expected, because we said this before in a previous podcast. You've never done the thing that you're trying to do before. So how do you know how long it takes?
Exactly.
So don't quit on something because you're not achieving it in the short space of time that you wanted to achieve it in. It's most probably going to take longer. So there's 2, don't quit, and don't quit because things aren't happening as quick as you would like them to, because they usually take a lot longer. And 3, I would say the third one is being able to turn up even when you don't feel like it. Because how many days, I mean, I know, I go to the gym every morning, right? Monday to Friday, I have Saturday, Sunday off. And honestly, not every morning do I wake up and go, yes, can't wait to go to the gym. No, I don't. My alarm goes at 5 a.m. and I think, fucking hell, like some mornings I've really got to drag myself out of bed, but I still go. So if you can still perform on the days where you don't feel like performing, you're going to be massively ahead of everybody else. I'm telling you that now.
I saw a video on a coach for youth sports, and he talked about the rule of thirds.
The rule of thirds.
He says that athletes often get downhearted because they don't feel great all the time. And people feel like that in life. I feel like I should be happy. I feel like I should be content. That's a feeling. It's not a constant state. It's a feeling, right?
Yeah, it's not a constant
state. You have to take things in the rule of thirds. A third of the time, you're going to feel crap. You're going to feel like, I'm not doing very well. Everything's hurting. I'm not making any progress. That's natural, as long as you only feel like it a third of the time. Then there's the other third where you're going to feel like everything's going all right. That was okay. I did all right today. Then there's the other third where you feel on top of the world. You might have just won your race.
Yeah.
And, or you might have had the best training session you've had in a long time. You might feel unstoppable. Now, any time that you spend too much time in with more than a third of each of those, things begin to get unbalanced. Even if you spend all of your time in the I feel amazing section, it's not good, because it means that things are too fucking easy. If you feel great all the time, you're never going to make progress. Things have got to be fucking hard.
Got to be hard
for you to get better.
If it's hard, that's good. That means you're evolving. You've got to adapt. You're being challenged. That's how we grow as humans. We don't grow when things are easy.
If it's hard,
we grow when it's hard. When it's hard, it's good.
That's what she said.
Apparently so. So guys, on that note, thanks for tuning in as always. Feel free to share our podcast on your social medias. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop us a comment as well. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See you later.